passionate about dance because you can connect with so many people through dance, even recreationally. People, when they're happy or joyful, they go dancing. So it's just really something I feel like ingrained in people and in humans, and I just really found my passion for sharing it with others on the stage. My name is Emily Abrom. I'm currently working at the Novosibirsk State Opera and Ballet Theater in Novosibirsk, Russia. I first started dancing when I was 3 years old in a very small recreational school. I went once a week, like a mother and child type of class. This is me at the American Ballet Theater summer camp with the school's director, who really took a liking to me and encouraged me and so that I could become a professional. This was me at 12. I was the Snow Queen in my production of Nutcracker back home. This is my family. I'm one of 3 daughters. I'm the middle child, and this is me on the left. But we all look very similar. But my first real professional experience in the ballet world was about 10 years old. What really drew me to dancing is just in general being on the stage. I've always loved performing and being in the arts, but once I saw professional ballerinas, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to just be on the stage, you know, giving joy back to the audience and expressing it through the art of dance. Going to ballet school in New York was really exciting for me. I really enjoyed being in a city and in a place where there was a lot of other artists and other people that were passionately pursuing their dreams. So how I ended up in Russia working as a professional dancer here, I saw online there was an audition in St. Petersburg at the Mariinsky Theater because they were opening another sister theater in Vladivostok, which is on the far east of Russia, Primorsky stage of the Mariinsky Theater. And so I thought, wow, they're looking to hire about 20 dancers. That's a great chance because many companies only hire 1 or 2 a year. I was in another country, so I just sent my audition video that I had of a variation, some classwork, and a nice email. I asked, you know, I'm really interested in working for the company. I'm willing to relocate to another country and another language. Here's my video. I can't make it to the audition because I don't have a visa, but if there's any other time, I'm interested. And a week later, I got an email back with a contract. It was kind of crazy because even my own coach, I mean, she really believed in me, but she was like, Emily, it doesn't work like that. Like, let me look at the email. I don't want you to get scammed or anything. And her husband is Russian. So he was able to, you know, double check and ask, and it was a full contract. And so because of that amazing, you know, kind of luck and timing, I was invited just to come straight to Russia. A day in a life for me in Russia is a little bit different. Now I'm in a company called the Novosibirsk State Opera and Ballet Theater. And we have a lot of shows a week. We have a minimum of 5 shows a week usually. And so my normal day is we wake up in the morning and we have a company class, which is kind of like a warm-up now that we're professionals. And then we have rehearsals till about 2 p.m. from 11 to 2. And then if you are dancing a soloist part, you'll have what they call soloist rehearsals here. So that will be from like 2 to 4. And then we have off until about 7 p.m. when the show is. So if I'm just dancing in the corps de ballet that night, I will get off a little earlier, can come home, have some lunch at 2:30. And then I go back to the theater at 5 to do makeup and hair, and we perform from 7 to 10, and then you commute home, you shower, you eat dinner, it's almost midnight, and you go to bed and you do it all again, and 6 days a week like that. I think it's pretty much the same every dancer when they get ready for a show. Everyone has their own rituals or traditions or how they like to get ready. I usually like to do makeup first, and then hair, and then warm up. So it's kind of a similar process, but we had rehearsals before the show. That usually happens in most theaters, last minute getting ready for the show. Most American and European companies, they work only about like 9 months out of the year, and they have the whole summer off. And they take about 2 or 3 weeks to prepare one ballet for the month, where our company, it's 5 different ballets, so you're always changing, always doing something new. But it was such a great chance for me to become a stronger dancer, become more toned in my skills, and learn so much more than I could in a single season in a company back home. So the shoes start out like this, and every ballerina has to prepare their own shoes. So you have to sew on elastic and ribbons, and it's a very personal thing that every dancer does differently. Some people like to darn, it's called, darn the top of the shoes, which gives you some more support on the platform. And then these are an older pair of shoes, as you can see, but I have the ribbon and the elastic on here all ready to go, and it's kind of a dancer saying when your shoes die, it means the glue or the wood has broken down and they're no longer supportive enough for your foot to stand on. So if they're too old, we call the shoes dead. They're dead shoes. I've been really lucky, as I was the first American to ever be hired in the Novosibirsk State Opera and Ballet Theater, and they've actually trusted me enough to give me some solos, and that has been really amazing because, you know, ballet is so dear to their culture and their tradition, which is a really big difference too between America and Russia. You know, you ask the average American, have you seen a ballet? They'll say, that's a career, that's a job. Where in Russia, everyone from, you know, you ask someone who works in the grocery store to a taxi driver, and they have their favorite ballerinas, and they go with their kids to see the shows every year. So it's just a different culture, appreciation and love for the arts, which for me has been so amazing to be in a place that appreciates what you do and really looks up to the ballerinas, and they know, wow, it's a really hard job. So that has been such a warm feeling, and to be the first American in the Novosibirsk State Opera and Ballet Theater, I felt also a little bit of pressure because I felt like I was representing Americans and our work ethic and, you know, stereotypes, and so it was amazing to be accepted by the Russian dancers. COVID has affected the experience for me living in Russia, just how it's affected, you know, everyone all over the world. Our theater was closed for about 7 or 8 months. It was very difficult for me at first, being in quarantine, being in another country, and especially as a dancer and an artist, to not be able to train or to work is very hard physically on the body, to not be able to stay in shape or stay in form. Of course, we can do some home stretching and exercises, but it's not the same as jumping and doing pirouettes and stuff like that. So that was definitely very difficult. I've always loved the stage. It's such an amazing experience because you almost get a chance to escape your own reality and be another character, but at the same time you're drawing so much of yourself. You're leaving your heart, your emotions, and your soul onto the stage and sharing with the audience. So if you have a very happy dance, you pull from your own memories and your own experiences and you give that to the audience. If you're playing a character, you know, that has heartbreak or something like that, you pull that out of yourself and give it to the audience. It's kind of, it's almost a really big rush. You have all these nerves and anxiety beforehand, but then when you step onto the stage, you realize that it's kind of cool. The magic of, I would say, live theater is something that can't really be recreated. One performance with the audience is like sharing a moment, which is just a magical experience for the dancer and I think also for the audience. My passion for dance is it's really been one of the things that I've always loved that has really been there for me. Growing up, it was a way I could express myself if I couldn't fully express myself in words. I was able to really show how I was feeling. And I was really passionate about something that you never kind of reached an end goal. There wasn't like a finish line or a medal. There was never perfection. You could always continue to improve or grow or find something new in a character. So what I really hope to do in the future with dance is hopefully eventually I would love to open my own school or open my own business and be able to share what I've learned with some dancers, and maybe eventually I would love to dance back home for an American company at one point in my career to share with my family and friends all that I've learned in Russia. But I also really do love Russia, so if I keep growing here in the company, I may want to see where that takes me.